Welcome to the Gay Daddy Reviews. Stranger by the Lake is a live-action version of Scruff. You didn't know you wanted that, did you? Just like on Scruff, Stranger by the Lake's protagonist, Frank, spends all of his time literally trying to get a hot mustachioed daddy off. But Stranger by the Lake also utilizes Hitchcock's ticking time bomb theory. Our hot mustachioed daddy just may be deadly. There's suspense and explicit gay sex. Yes, explicit gay sex, just like on Scruff. So Stranger by the Lake is a nail biter and hot as... The opposite of death is desire. Frank's desire knows no bounds, such as death. Frank's instinct tells him that deep down, Michelle's a very bad daddy. But Frank's desire trumps death. And once Michelle's lover is out of the picture, Frank's desire for daddy edges him ever closer towards death. I'm going to keep the spoilers to a minimum. Do not watch the U.S. trailer if you've not seen this movie. Trust me. It reveals too much. I've included a trailer in the show description that reveals less plot detail. We can have great sex without eating or sleeping together. Sound like Scruff? Stranger by the Lake is set in the 1970s, our primary clue being Michelle's mustache, the bareback sex, and the need to hide. But the film as a whole feels very 2021, and I think I've heard those exact lines out of the mouths of the numerous guys I've dated. Those words may have even come out of my mouth. We can have great sex without eating or sleeping together, right? Michelle says this to Frank. Michelle is a no-strings attached daddy. For a lot of us, being on Scruff or Grindr feels a whole hell of a lot like being on this sun-drenched lake's beach, naked as nature made us. The lake of the title is a gay sexual hunting ground. The stalking begins in the parking lot, increases on the walk to the nude beach, where a side glance acts as a woof, then the walk into the woods to finish the deed. There are others too, voyeurs about, most don't mind. There's also an asexual daddy that strikes up a potentially fatal friendship with Frank. But the stranger by the lake is the hot, mustachioed daddy Michelle. He is Mark Spitz, Tom Selleck, and the porn stars of Falcon, all rolled into one gorgeous daddy. Yes, essentially everyone on this lake is a stranger, but he's the only one that remains completely mysterious. The lake itself, water being a classic film noir motif, is a consistently gloomy, somber, merciless character as well. I'm just gonna say it. See this movie. It is officially the Gay Daddy Review's #1 horror film. At first, it seems like it's a very slow boil, as there's very little dialogue, much like a bathhouse or a Scruff, at least in my preferred experience. But the horror is built through the tension. The result is a very intense climax, sometimes like Scruff, sometimes at a bathhouse, at least in my experience. And the film lasts only an hour and a half. The last few moments for me left me breathless and have stayed with me. Written and directed by Alain Girardi, Strangers by the Lake is a French thriller, and as great as the best of Hitchcock. And I'm talking Rear Window and Psycho quality suspense. And wildly enough, Stranger by the Lake is mostly set during the blazing hot day. Claire Mayton's brilliant cinematography finds the sinister rays of the sun in the bright skies, blinding beach and shimmering waves. Stranger by the Lake was screened in the Uncertain Regard section at the 2013 Cannes Film Festival. Girardi won the Best Award for Best Director, and the film won the Queer Palme d'Or. Personally, I give Stranger by the Lake 5 stars. It struck a chord. I've seen the movie in theaters when it was released back in 2014. But when I went back yesterday and rewatched it, wow, it's far better than I remember. Maybe my experiences have changed. Pierre Delanchamps stars as Frank, our protagonist, and he's a wonder. He says oh so much with his eyes, and the rest of him is swell too. He perfectly charts Frank's journey into the darkest heart of our sexual desire, that part of us that is willing to risk death. And yes, Stranger by the Lake foreshadows the peril of the HIV/AIDS epidemics come in 1981. And Christophe Pau is magnetic as the seriously no-strings-attached daddy. Frank's pursuit is believable because of Christophe Pau's performance as Michelle. You never know what Michelle's going to do next. You know what you want him to do. Although Stranger by the Lake is mostly a two-character thriller, the performances of Patrick Assunção and Patrick Chapet are outstanding and truly support the reckless thrill of Frank's pursuit. In conclusion, the ending, which will remain spoiler-free here, was controversial for some, but kept me thinking long after the film ended. Stranger by the Lake transfixed me, turned me on, and terrified me, with razor-sharp suspense and hot-as-hell sex scenes. Stranger by the Lake is the Gay Daddy Review's #1 horror film. Alright, y'all, more LGBTQ weekend reviews will come every Friday, so please hit that like button and subscribe, and until next time, always remember, living well